Hello and good afternoon. This is Ronald Bird with Style Speaks, coming to you from downtown DC, Barracks Road to be more specific, Eastern Market part of town. I have a wonderful guest here to share some of his wisdom and some of his entertaining thoughts on style and fashion, and his name is Marlowe. Marlowe, thank you very much for talking to me today.
Yes.
All right, welcome to Style Speaks.
That's right, it's a pleasure.
Marlowe, tell everybody where you're from.
I'm from Baltimore, Maryland.
Yep. Baltimore, not far.
Now living in Silver Spring.
Okay, so that was my. Let me ask you the questions before you start offering the info. Let me get my questions. I think you throw me off. Okay, is that where you live now? Or you still live? You're in Silver Spring now.
Yeah.
Well, how long have you been out? So you've never actually lived in Washington D.C.
No.
So okay, always Maryland. Okay. Well, in reference to Style Speaks, you have a great persona, you have a great look, great smile, smile and also style. But basically, I wanted to get your input on how you view DC as, before I get into your entertainment, your roles and responsibilities and things like that. How do you view DC or the Baltimore area, Washington metropolitan area, as a forefront for style and fashion, and how do you incorporate that in your line of work? By the way, this guy's a singer, he's a songwriter, entertainer extraordinaire, and he'll tell you more about that in a minute. I meant to tell you that off the top, but anyway, go for it.
Well, in my travels, I didn't see anything past this DMV area at the beginning. And I think that in this area, a lot of people copy what they see. It's not too many people who step out of the box and be creative, who have their own style.
Interesting.
I think that once they see it on a magazine or video or somebody else who's already made the mark on it, they copy it. So going to places like Miami or LA and things like that, I think it's almost like a common factor everywhere. So DC does have its own style. DMV has its own style. I think it's more on the urban end than I know on more the high end as opposed to like LA and Miami.
Right. Well, how do you incorporate that in your profession? I mean, do you you probably set your own trends. I'm sure to a degree, you have to follow a certain look.
Right.
Being a singer and songwriter, being a performer, how do you incorporate style and fashion in your art?
Yeah, what I did was I like couture stuff.
Okay.
And stuff that's really, really unique and people don't wear too much. You don't see it. It's not common.
Okay.
So what I did was I got with a couple different designers in the DMV area who had that had that look that's not from here.
Okay.
European look.
Okay.
So I go with the old European long clothes, 18th century type stuff. And
yeah, I've seen a lot of your pictures. I'm like, okay, brother, we're rocking the maxi coat.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Well, that leads into my next question. Well, how do you characterize your look? I mean, what would you, if somebody was to ask you who had never seen you, never saw your Facebook page, what word would you use to kind of categorize your look?
It's like I would say a modern day 18th century. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, because of the cloaks.
Okay.
And things like that, but it has a tailored fit of today's look. But yeah, it's like a modern day.
Well, that's interesting. And people are probably like, okay, what is he talking about? Okay, well, that's going to bring me back to, so you sing and write songs.
Right.
So obviously that will tailor into the type of music and the type of work you do. So tell us a little bit about, the type of genre you're in.
Okay. Well, my stage name is Septimius. The genre is dance music / a little fusion of hip hop, also R&B, as well as a little bit of rock, and I also do collaborations with opera singers too. So it's a little bit of everything in reference to music genres. And how I incorporate it is I chose the name Septimius because he was an actual real African Roman emperor. Okay. Was from Africa and ruled the Rome. So because I had the clothes and been modeling for a while and have these stuff in the closet.
Okay.
I said, I
can
kind of
work this into the act.
And you're right. I said I got clothes for that already. Let's create that. So I just used the Roman emperor persona, using the clothes from that era, and made it to a music career.
Okay. Well, has that deemed successful for you? I mean, how do people some people may be a little taken aback at first. Okay, what's he giving?
Right.
What's the look? How is that incorporating with the type of music he's singing?
Right.
What are your thoughts about that? How do you receive that?
The press is good or bad. It's good and bad. It's almost like the Lady Gaga effect. That's what I call it.
Right.
Where you like it
or you don't.
Right. but at least you get the attention, whether it's good or bad, and that's what I want to go for, because one of the things is I don't announce myself as having the best lyrics or sound the best or have the best beats, whatever, but it's the whole package. So I want to give you something visually as well as something you can remember, musically. So,
right, hence the entertainer part.
Yeah, that's the entertainer.
Giving you a show.
Yeah,
giving you a show. Well, tell me, how long have you been doing this professionally, Marlowe? Septimius. I'm not sure what I need to call him, but answer to both of those.
I know, right? Actually, musically, 3 years. This is my 3rd year. But as an entertainer before Septimius, I've been doing it for about 10 years. Yeah.
Wow. Well, what made you kind of go in that direction? Who told you you can sing and you can perform? And, what gave you that, spirit to actually go out there on your own and pursue that professionally?
Well, what happened is I told myself I can sing.
Okay. Mama, and then nobody else had to tell me.
Right,
okay,
right.
I can sing, y'all.
Me and my shower said we can do it. So,
okay.
What happened was I was running across, because I'm a marketing person by trade.
Okay.
By profession too. So,
okay.
I was running across clients because I used to do lip sync. Under the Rainbow name you were talking about.
Okay.
The Rainbow name is a family of entertainers where we did all call ourselves Rainbow. But we were running across people who were saying, okay, you guys lip sync Motown and Temptations and you guys bring that stuff to us, but can you sing for live, for real?
Okay.
And I was like, no, we don't really sing for reals. And then I was like, let me give it a try. So I started off, let me do one single as a solo artist and create the Septimius character. And that's it just grew from there.
Wow. Wow. So okay.
It's a lot, I know.
Yeah, it's a lot. Let me stop trying to process all that. Because I'm like, okay, I have a ton of questions,
right,
but we got things to do. Well, what you talking about your style and how you created it and your look and your performances? How would you you're very conservatively dressed today.
Yes.
And personally, in your own time, how would you classify your look and your style of dress?
I would say it's very downplayed. Yeah, I'm really a regular jeans, tennis shoes type guy.
Okay.
Normally, except for Marlowe's at work or Septimius on stage.
Okay. So in your own personal time, you just really,
chill.
Okay. So you don't really put a lot of attention. It's always interesting for me to hear, people who are, I was just talking to another gentleman who is very cognizant of the fact that he needs to look good in his profession and dealing with people and how people perceive him and all that kind of thing. And that's pretty much how he maneuvers, day to day, whether he's working or not. And some people are just the total opposite. I don't care how I look when I walk out, just a pair of jeans, some sneakers or whatever, but when they go and do what they do, it's a whole different person.
Right.
Would you kind of say that's you?
That's exactly what it is, because to me, being a Gemini, I'm a zodiac sign. I got a couple different sides.
Oh yeah. And a couple different names too.
So Marlowe
fits.
is a corporate executive, so I have to dress like this. So, and then there's Septimius who's on stage dressed like that. But Marlowe just chilling.
Right.
Nobody sees me, I'm just chilling. But if I have to get up out the door, I can see who I am, and that's what I become.
And turn it on and off.
Yeah.
Well, as a whole, you're not from DC, but you're from the Washington metropolitan area.
Right.
What would you say in your travels as you maneuver through Eastern Market, Barracks Road today? How do you feel about the fashions that you see? Do you consider DC a very fashion-forward, fashion-conscious place to be? Or how do you kind of rate DC on the level of style?
Yeah, I think DC, well, compared to Baltimore, where I come from, DC is definitely a more fashion-forward.
They're not going to like what you're saying in Baltimore. You may have to fight later on today. Oh, no.
Yeah, and it's only because DC has more of a melting pot.
Right.
So it's stores.
No, I agree, but I wasn't going to be the one to say it.
But Baltimore's known for hair.
Okay,
And then DC's known more for fashion. But I would say for the area, they are fashion forward because you do have high-end designers who are, have access here. You can buy the different trends that's coming through. And people from Baltimore or anywhere else in Maryland or somewhere around the area do come to DC.
You're trying to keep it safe, man.
Let me clean this up a little bit. All right?
You want to get that blue shirt all bloodied up before the end of the day. He'll be like, Ronald, what you do? Well, that's really interesting. Well, why don't you tell people, and then I have a little game I want to play with you. Why don't you tell people, it's real simple. Why don't you tell people how to get in touch with you? I really enjoyed talking to you today. It's very interesting if you go to your website, you got Facebook pages and all that. Why don't you let everybody know where to find you
Okay.
And how can they sample some of your music?
Sure. Everything is actually centrally located on my website, which is www.septimiusthegreat.com. And Septimius is spelled S-E-P-T-I-M-I-U-S, thegreat.com. And on there, you can actually link with me on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, you know, all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's like really, literally all over the place, literally splattered. Oh, it's not hard to find him. So what are you working on now? I know you promote your shows a lot. So what's up and coming, and what can we look for?
Yeah, my the single Exotic Pleasure just dropped January 3rd.
Ooh, Exotic Pleasure.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
Hey, this is a well, it's an R-rated show. I don't know. We can cuss a little bit.
All right.
That's it.
It just dropped in January, so it's a half Hindi and half English song, a dance song, where I have a Hindi singer in it. It's doing really well. So what I decided to do is we're doing a promo tour worldwide. We started over in Europe. We did Spain, Italy, France, and then we went down. I got invited for the Barbados Music Awards. I performed it down there. So what I'm doing right now is just pushing the actual single.
If you need to tag along, let me know.
Let's go.
Okay. I mean, you know, they all say that on camera, don't they, Michael? They all say that, but then it's time to call them up. Remember what you said on Style Speaks?
They're
like, oh, Ronald who?
Right.
See my assistant, Mr. Bird.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, we've just been traveling that, performing as much as possible. I try to do, you know, not only just all paid gigs, but I also do promo gigs, just to get the name out there and the story and the whole look and everything.
Wonderful. Well, this has been quite entertaining to me. Glad to actually finally meet you, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. But I have a question or two for you.
All right.
Okay. All right. Now, if somebody everybody says everybody, you know, kind of is known for having a twin. I actually have a twin.
Okay.
But I still get, oh, you look like. So, who would people most likely say you look like? Who do you get?
Two. I get two of them.
Okay, I want them. Even if you don't like them, tell me who they are.
Is Johnny Gill and Wayne Brady.
Oh, okay, that's really good. I didn't think of either one of them, but I see both. I see both. Actually, that's pretty good. Good. Okay, well, basically with all you do and the style, I mean, you're very unique in what you do, but if you had to compare your style, or if you had to have a mentor in the business, who would you want to be compared to?
I'm so glad you asked me that, because when I was down in Miami, I just met up with Pitbull's management team and producers, and I love Pitbull.
Are you serious? Yeah, me too.
But my actual mentor, above all mentors, would be Will.i.am for Black Eyed Peas. I like his style, his business sense, and I think we are most comparable when it comes to Will.i.am. But Pitbull is my boy too. I like to party with him.
Wonderful answer. I like that. You were really okay. That's pretty good. I like that. Well, that's all I got for you today.
That's it?
That's it, man. That's it. That's all I got for you today. We can talk off camera. We can talk off, because we're gonna work on me getting that ticket to Barbados or Bahamas or wherever we go. But anyway, that's gonna be it today.
Okay.
Thank you all for checking us out this episode. This is it, Ronald Bird from Eastern Market, Barracks Row, Style Speaks. Mr. Marlowe, check him out. Thank you.